This lesson is on graphing a line using our intercepts. So first we're going to remember what the y-intercept is. We've used that in the past. So the y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis. So the point where the line crosses the y-axis. And the x-intercept, that's the point where the line crosses the x-axis. Here. So the point where the line crosses the x-axis. You can see that if I have the y-intercept and I have the x-intercept, I can draw a line between those 2 points and be able to graph that line. Okay, in the first example, we're just going to practice stating what the x and y-intercepts are for the following lines. So first I'll identify them. So the x-intercept, and we write the x-intercept, we're going to write it with the short form int, is -3, and the y-intercept is -4. Okay, we don't want to write the x-intercept as x equals -3 because that looks like the equation of a vertical line going through the x-axis at -3. So we don't want to get that mixed up. And that's why I show the int when I write it. So the other way that you potentially could write it as an ordered pair, so we know the x-intercept would be -3, 0, and the y-intercept would be 0, -4. Okay, let's look in B. For B, I have an x-intercept between 6 and 8, so I know that would be 7. And my y-intercept, since I have a vertical line, we know that that line will never go through the y-axis, so we write none. There is no y-intercept. Okay, let's take a look at example 2. In example 2, it tells us to plot the intercepts and graph the line. Then we're going to determine the slope using rise and run. Okay, so let's start by plotting. We have an x-intercept of -6. Just notice I don't have a label here, so I'll go ahead and label my x-axis. My y-axis is good. So I have an x-intercept of -6 and a y-intercept of +2. So I plotted my 2 intercepts, and now we're going to go ahead and graph the line. So we just connect the 2 points. Make sure though you don't just draw your line connecting the 2, you have to extend. And then we're going to go ahead and put arrows on the ends of our line. My line's not very accurate, so I'm just going to move it. Make sure it actually goes through the points. There we go. And then I will put arrows on the ends. And I don't have an equation to label it with, so I'll just label it as A. All right, let's go ahead and we'll plot the next 2, which is an x-intercept of 1. And our other point is a y-intercept of -4. Okay, and we'll draw a line through. So remember, we don't just connect the 2 points, and we want to make sure that we extend the line from one side of the graph to the other. And then we'll put arrows on the ends, and that is B. Okay, the last line, my x-intercept, it doesn't have an x-intercept, but it does have a y-intercept of 5. So if I only have a y-intercept, that tells me that I have a horizontal line going through the y-axis at 5. Okay, and we will put arrows on the ends, and we'll label that as C. All right, so we've gone and we've done the first 2 things they asked us to do, plot the points, graph the line. Now they want us to find the slope of each line using rise and run. So we're going to go back in and draw our right triangles. I'm going to use my intercepts as my 2 good points. Let's see if I can draw a straighter line than that. So I'll put my right triangle in, and then I'll do my flow. So I'm going to the right 6 and up 2. So because I don't have a lot of room, I'll just write my formula on the outside so we remember what formula we're using. And I'll go ahead and I'll put in the substitution. So it's rise. So that's going to be 2 over a run of 6. And then we know we want to put that in lowest terms. We don't divide because it's not a real life situation. Okay, so my next one, same thing. I'm going to go ahead and draw my right triangle, put in my flow of arrows. So I know my run is 1 and my rise is 4. So putting it in is rise over run, so 4 over 1, and that divides to 4. Now both these slopes are positive, and I can see both my A and my B are going up and to the right, so that makes sense. Now for rise and run for my next one, I'll just choose 2 points since I only had the 1, and I only have a run of 4. So rise 0, run of 4, and I know I'll have a slope of 0. In the next example, it says to find the slope of each line A above using the slope formula. And I think there's a typo. We want to find the slope of line A above using the slope formula. So we're just going to do it once. So the slope formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I need 2 points, so I'm going to use the intercepts. So we can write the x-intercept as -6, 0. And we can write the y-intercept as 0, 2. We'll go ahead and label our points as x1, y1, and x2, y2. And now let's sub it into our formula. So y2 is 2 minus, y1 is 0, x2 is 0 minus a -6. So 2 minus 0 is 2, and we're going to combine. So that's a plus. 0 plus 6 is 6, and we end up with a 1/3, just like we did with our rise and run formula. Okay, let's flip the page over to the back, and this is where the magic happens. Now that we've reviewed intercepts and you remember what they are and how to write them as an ordered pair, we are now going to graph the line using x and y intercepts. So here we have an equation. The equation is in standard form. So we can't graph this using mx plus b, and this is where graphing by intercepts will come into play. So to find our x-intercept, we remember that every x-intercept, so any point on the x-axis, no matter where we are on that x-axis, the y value is always 0. So to find an x-intercept, all we have to do is let y equal 0. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to plug 0 in wherever I see y into the equation. So it'll be 2x minus 0 equals 7. That means I'm left with 2x equals 7, and then I'll divide both sides by 2. So x equals 7 over 2. And I can write that as an ordered pair. So when x is 7 over 2, y is 0. And that's a point I'm going to plot. And now obviously plotting 7 halves is a little bit difficult, so we'll just change that to 3.5 when we go ahead and graph. All right, so we have our x-intercept. Let's put that on right now. So our x-intercept is 3.5. That's going to go right here. So now I need to find my y-intercept. So my y-intercept, we're going to find by letting x equal 0, because we know every y-intercept, so any point that falls on the y-axis, will always have an x value of 0. All right, so we use that information to our advantage. We're going to go ahead and sub 0 into the equation wherever I see an x. So instead of 2 times x, it's now 2 times 0 minus y equals 7. 2 times 0 is 0, so that leaves me just the negative y equals 7. We know there's an invisible 1 there. I'll divide both sides by -1, so y equals -7. And I can write that as an ordered pair. 0, that's my x value, and -7. Okay, and let's go ahead and plot that. So -7 would be here. Okay, now that I've plotted my 2 points, all we do is draw our line. Okay, make sure it doesn't just connect the points, it goes from one side of the graph to the other, and then you put arrows on the end, label with the equation. Okay, and that's how you graph using intercept method. Let's try our next example. I have 3x minus 5y plus 15 equals 0. The instructions say to graph using intercepts. So we start by finding our x-intercept, and we let y equal 0. Now I want you to write this down every time you do the solution. Being able to find an intercept is an important skill for any function, not just lines. And you will always find it this way, by subbing in 0 in order to find the opposite intercept. So it's going to be 3x minus 5 times 0 plus 15 equals 0. 5 times 0 is 0, so I'm left with just 3x plus 15 equals 0. I'll bring 15 to the other side, or subtract both sides by 15. Divide by 3. And x is going to equal negative 5. So we'll write that as an ordered pair. So I have negative 5 as my x value, and we know that y is my 0. And we'll go ahead and plot that on the x-axis. So there's negative 5. Now we'll find our y-intercept. So to find the y-intercept, we let x equal 0. Again, make sure you write your title. So now we sub 0 in wherever we see an x. So it'll be 3 times 0 minus 5y plus 15 equals 0. So 3 times 0 goes to 0. I'm left with negative 5y plus 15 equals 0. I'll subtract 15 from both sides. So that's negative 5y equals negative 15. Divide by negative 5, and y equals 3. And then we'll write that as an ordered pair, 0, 3. Plot our point. Draw our line. We're going to make sure we go from one side of the graph to the other. Okay, I'll just straighten it out, make sure it goes through the points, put arrows on the ends, and label with our equation, which is 3x minus 5y plus 15 equals 0. All right, let's go to C. C says negative 4x plus 8 equals 0. So we'll start by finding our x-intercept, and I'll let y equal 0. Now there is no place to sub in a y, so I'll just go ahead and solve this for x to get my x-intercept. So negative 4x equals negative 8, and then we'll divide by negative 4, and x equals 2. So we know that that's going to be 2, 0, so we'll plot that point. Now to get our y-intercept, we're going to let x equal 0. And when I plug it in, notice what happens. There's nothing to solve. So that tells me that there is no y-intercept. So if I only have an x-intercept, that tells me I have a special case. We know we have a line going through the x-axis at 2. So vertical line, we'll put arrows on the ends, and then we'll label that negative 4x plus 8 equals 0. And so just to point out, we know that x equals 2. This was the intercept, but it's also the equation of that line once you rearrange it. Okay, and that's how you graph using method of intercepts. I hope this lesson has helped you understand it, and you guys have a great night.